Hello everybody, it's Kami here from Essence of Zen Videos. Today we're going to talk about the most recent manga releases for both Naruto and Bleach. This week there isn't a One Piece, which I'm actually okay with because I wasn't as fond of this week's Naruto and Bleach. And let's go ahead and jump in with the discussion. So first, I want to jump towards Bleach, and the reason why is because I'm very disappointed in it. It was very filler based, and I don't mean like an anime type of filler. I mean as in just crap in the middle. So if you read the previous chapter, so this week's chapter for Bleach was 577, right? If you read chapter 576, you'll know towards the end of the chapter, Kenpachi, called out his Zanpakuto's name. So obviously from there, we figured that in this week's chapter, he was going to go Bankai, which spoiler alert, which I probably have in the beginning of the thing anyway, which it happened. He went Bankai at the end of this chapter. So I can actually describe to you this chapter in less than a minute. Starts off, more conversation between Grimmy and his meteor. People looking at his meteor going, holy crap, this kid's nuts. All around Sarate, everyone's complaining about the meteor. Quincy, long-haired guy, says protect the highness. Grimmy, the storm rider who has the imagination power, then tells Kenpachi, you're at your wit's end. And then Kenpachi laughs, jump up and says, Nozarashi, drink, and then breaks the meteor, and that's it. So if it was already hinted towards that Kenpachi was gonna go Bankai at the end of last week's chapter, I would have started off this week's chapter within at least the first 3 pages, him going Bankai. The panic attack that all Sarate had was not needed. Or if you wanted to portray it, have it in like half a page with 3 panels, or you can do one of those top border, a bunch of strips, and just showing everyone's reaction, and then you can have that one guy saying, this is why I don't want to be around this kid when he goes crazy, and then jump back into the fight. This one felt so thrown about and so boring that you can only go, okay. Then towards the end, yes, finally. It just didn't work for me, so whatever. Jumping towards Naruto's chapter 673 for this week, kind of the same thing, but done with more variety, so it's not that bad. If you read last week's chapter, you saw Naruto shows up. He saves Gai Sensei's life by stopping the 8th gate from closing from his super night guy technique. So we already know that Naruto has Ashura's power, and Sasuke has, was it Ishira's? I can't remember the other son's name, power, and they both basically have part of the Sage of the Six Paths techniques now. So Naruto has the body of the sage, and Sasuke has apparently one eye of the sage. It's not both eyes. I don't know why. I felt more pleased with Naruto's chapter simply because you saw that Gai Sensei lives, which I think was a cop out. I would have had Gai die and left one of those memorable moments of the manga. Because if Gai Sensei lives, but you kill off Neji and you also kill off Jiraiya, don't be afraid to kill off loved characters, especially when they're whatever. That's a argument for another day. Naruto shows up. We know that he saved the guy, and we knew that he has part of the sage power now from the last chapter. So this chapter was basically more of like an information dump with a medium amount of action. You see Naruto uses another form of the Rasengan with this Rasen Shuriken, but with the power of Son Goku, the 5 Tails beast, I do believe. Which was pretty awesome, I have to admit. I would have rather him use a different technique that is more focused on Son Goku's power, but that's nitpicking, whatever. It looked different, sort of, kind of, texture-wise. I'll take it. And then Naruto cuts down the giant tree, which was pretty cool. But I mean, it was, it gets to the point which I'm happy about. But at the same time, Madara like picks it up again and then kind of regenerates, which is more annoying. So then Sasuke shows up after his useless 4 or 5 panels of him talking with the second Hokage, asking him if you can teleport. But they it was only 1 page or 1 page and a half, I do believe. So I'm okay with it. It didn't, stretch it out like Bleach did. Afterwards, Naruto and Sasuke shows up, and they both kind of do their power up form. And okay, look. So Sasuke, his new form is basically he looks the same, but he only has 1 Rinnegan in his left eye. Naruto powers up. He has looks more like his QB chakra form, the new one with the coat and everything. He now has the 9 I forgot what they're called, the little symbols. He finally has those on his back, and he now has the Senjutsu activated, so he now has those orbs, floating around him, and he can now make the little spikes and the poles and everything. He grabs one of his dad's kunai with the interpretation markings on him, so I know he's going to use that likely in the next chapter. But I just want to say, I was one of the people who were asking more for a final fight between Sasuke and Naruto. And now that it looks like they're going to be teaming up completely from here on out. Probably one friendly fight at the end of the whole story. We'll see. But most definitely, you can tell it's going to be 2 Hokages, a dual partnership going on with Naruto and Sasuke, which is fine. But this was a moment where Sasuke could have got a new look or something, but no, it's just that 1 eye, which, given the amount of change that Sasuke's been through with the curse seal, his wardrobe change, his the long sleeve, the no sleeve, and he has the short sleeve. I mean, it's fine. He's gone through his share of wardrobes, but I don't know. I still felt it was kind of lacking in terms of progression that it could have had. It ended with basically Naruto and Sasuke staying together, looking at Madara, and Madara saying, "This is it, our final battle. Let's roll," and we're gonna have the next chapter. And because I found Bleach and Naruto sort of meh. Well, I found Bleach really meh, and Naruto, I'll give it 1 thumbs up out of 2 for go read it. I didn't mind the fact that One Piece is on a hiatus this week. I didn't look into the reason why. I didn't really care to look. It kind of irritates me though because One Piece has been having these skips in the weeks pretty frequently lately, and I'm hoping that everything's okay with the publishers and the Oda, the manga creator. But we'll just have to see and find out. I am happy to say that if you read last week's chapter of One Piece, we finally got to see what Sabo looks like. Awesome scar. He has the meta no mi power now. It's coming along very, very nicely. One thing that someone did point out on over at G Plus, Oda has a thing about creating characters with scars on their faces, when they're awesome, and it's always, more so on the left. You have the new blind vice admiral who has the X, and it's located more on his left side of his face. You also have Sabo. You have Luffy. I think Ace might have had a scar on his left side of the face as well. I gotta go look again. And Shanks had his 3 scars. You just have a lot. Oh, Zoro. Silver's really has his on the other eye, I think. But the list kind of goes on, and it makes me think again. Who is the character who Oda's going to give an eye patch to? If you remember, he had released a comment saying he believes the eye patch is a really overused pirate image. It's a gimmick that every pirate here has has a pet leg or an eye patch or a parrot. So he said that he will decide that he's going to give an eye patch to one worthy character that he feels fits that mold completely. Just one, because you notice there hasn't been one guy with an eye patch throughout the One Piece universe. Unless I'm mistaken, they probably already showed him. If so, don't let me know. But I'm just curious as to who it's gonna be. So let me know what your thoughts about this week's chapter was and this and the previous week's chapter, because this is a new show we're adding to the channel. The I don't know, we don't have a name for it just yet. We think we're gonna call it Manga Madness Wednesday or something. I don't know. There are other anime/manga related videos we're going to do for the channel as well, but I don't have a set day I want those released. So, but I'm very interested in to hear your opinions about it, because you know, I've fallen out of love with Bleach big time, and I'm still editing a video explaining why in my top 5 hates for the manga and /anime for the story altogether. But what are other people's thoughts about it? It took this long to get Kenpachi to do his Bankai. The manga chapter seems to be really milking its last arc. Like, I mean, it's worthy of being called, like, compared to the Naruto talk no jutsus. It's really, really annoying. But that's gonna do it for me for this particular video. If you have any comments besides letting us know your opinions, leave them in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it. Feel free to give us some pointers on what to do with how this thing is going to be shaped, this show for the channel. Until the next video, guys, I'm going to catch you next week for the next chapters.